Go original and experience the beginning of Apex again. Relive the first drop in Launch Royale with the original Legends, weapons, and more. Charge your loadout with overcranked weapons and abilities from Relic or Rift Relics. Get active with Lifeline revived with new abilities. Sharpen your arsenal with Raptor's Claw Universal Melee Cosmetic. From the Rift will be live for all later today.
Have a good time tomorrow celebrating your mum's birthday.
Thank you. Appreciate the 4 months. So wait, did they just pull a Fortnite and do like a classic event?
Liberation from the IMC brought chaos to the Outlands, and the revival of an old blood sport. Some legends fight for fortune, others answers. But we shall all be forged in
they
the
did?
glorious realms.
Mirage, quiet. Path, are we clear?
I want to watch the trailer really quick, but I have a lot of thoughts on that. I have a lot of thoughts on that. Hold up. Yeah, this might be the OG launch trailer. Is this DMCA?
Oh, this is the best part.
I'm here to help.
Tell Death I said hello.
The hunt begins.
God, so much has changed since then. Holy shit, the Lifeline shield.
Deploying health drone.
Thanks.
Got my halo here. Come healing the shield.
That wasn't a thing. Was it? I don't remember that.
I'm opening the sky. They do it all for the fame. I check myself, be great. Keep facing my fears while they run off.
And go break the game. That's a new gun. Wait, so is it an OG event or not? Or is this like their take? That's an OG Titanfall gun? But that's still not like OG Apex though, you know what I mean? I get it. Needs multiple game modes? Yeah, you're right.
High five?
Damn, look at how the art looks then compared to now. Holy shit. So, I did see this response here at the top from Sweet. I just want to make sure there wasn't anything in reply to it. Love the trailer in particular. I really enjoyed the map during the presentation of Lifeline's new abilities and all the new perks and interactions. Can't wait to hop on and enjoy that map that is 100% playable this season that was showcased in the trailer. That is playable and ready to play. I don't know what the lore is behind that one, but it sounds great. I clicked on this earlier. I did a little scroll just to see what was going on with it. It seems like they're pulling a Fortnite, right? They're just doing like a throwback event. I mean, I think this is a good idea though. Like, this is genuinely a really good idea. It's gonna remind people like probably how broken the game was when it first came out. And it's a bit of a nostalgia trip, right? When Fortnite did its throwback to OG Fortnite, it took over the internet for like a solid month. So that begs the question though. That begs the question, right? A lot of these older games that have been around for a long time, have they been around for so long now that like, are we about to see like games start to make the rounds where everyone's gonna start doing like some kind of throwback because they saw Fortnite do it and it was so popular? And it's like, because the games have been around so long, it's hard to come up with new content, and a lot of people look back at old stuff fondly. Like, we better just go on like a nostalgia trip, you know? That's crazy. Ours is 6v6? Yeah, I was about to say, that makes a good point. Ours, I think, is 6v6 with Overwatch stuff. You know, everyone wants to go back to those older times of gaming and reimagine and replay them. And, you know, maybe I'm wrong on this, but as an outsider watching the Fortnite stuff looked really cool for about 2 weeks, right? And after about the first 2 weeks, you saw it start to wane, and like people were starting to sort of get bored with it, right? But then like people were also sad when it left, right? Like when it fully went away, everyone was sad again. And then I remember seeing like a Ninja clip. It was like, oh yeah, that was like the last time Fortnite's gonna be like hyper relevant for a little bit, like for a long, long time, if ever, right? You know, it makes me think about all these games. It makes me think about League. It makes me think about Overwatch. It makes me think about Apex. It makes me think about, God, what else? I'm sure there's another game that I'm probably missing maybe that has like made huge changes over the years, you know? Isn't 66 Trials at the same time as Marvel Rivals launch? I mean, yeah, isn't Rivals launch in like this early December, so I guess technically, right? But like also it's not like I guess, well, this is like a fully going back type of thing. I guess our version is 6v6, you know what I mean? But so it says step back in time to experience where that it all started, launch Royale. The new LTM drops players in the original Apex Legends circa in 2019. It's old school weapons, legends, abilities, rule set, and map that started it all. That means no Evo armor or ability upgrades, just pure skill and your wits to survive the Apex games. Ah, yes, and a wingman. Don't forget about the wingman. So, if you're craving that old school Apex vibe or just want to see how it all started, this is the best time to jump in and see where Legends were born. Conquer launch Royale challenges to unlock Legends and earn rewards like Apex packs and more. Ready up because we're going back to that experience that makes the first drop once again. I don't know why, but reading this sentence right here of like the old school Apex, it just made me very nostalgic of thinking about six Winstons jumping over the roof of Hollywood. And then I started reading this sentence. It said Apex packs and more, and I was like, damn, dude, what loot boxes? There's someone out there. If I said too much, someone would bring up a loot box, but I guess I'm the one who ended up doing it. But here's the deal though, right? I don't actually think it's a bad thing. I think events like this are actually really cool. And I think in some ways they're a reminder to a developer of what made their game so loved in the first place, right? I don't think that if a game just went back to its roots and stayed there for all times, it would do well. Games need to constantly evolve. They need to constantly have updates. They need to constantly make improvements. They need to constantly have new content. If you don't, you just kind of start falling behind. I watched that video on Splatoon the other day, and as much as their community really, really loves that game, one of their biggest things, like, yeah, they just don't really get content, and it sucks because like people don't really want to play, like they don't keep up with it as much because, like, you know, it gets kind of dry and there's not a whole lot of content in there. So these games constantly innovating and constantly making content is a very good thing. But I almost half
I wish to
wonder.
recreate Quinton with the 6v6 test just to see how the new players
Yeah.
deal with it.
I think it would be really funny if the full 6v6 open queue. I definitely want to get a full 6 stack and try that and just, you know what I mean, really go for it. I wouldn't be surprised if we're gonna start seeing a new wave events in video games where they start throwing things back to like the OG time. You know what I mean? Like World of Warcraft did it with World of Warcraft or WoW Classic technically, but they made it a whole ass game. What else? I don't know if CS would really do it. I mean, I don't think CS has really changed that much over the years. Valorant, I could see potentially doing it. I don't really know much about Dota, but maybe Dota, a league potentially. Could. Call of Duty basically does it every other year when they remake some games, so they don't really count. I'm just trying to grab like some ideas for games off the top of my head. Maybe Rainbow Six Siege. I'm not gonna lie. Yo, hear me out on this. If Rainbow Six Siege did an OG event where it went back to original Siege for like a month, I would go back and play Siege. I'd go back for a little bit. I would 100% go back and play. You know, this is making me think about it quite a bit. I think there's a good chance that could happen. That more games start leaning into this route of doing nostalgia events. You know? Nostalgia sells. Nostalgia sells. You're asking Ubisoft a lot. Ubisoft doing something cool, Pepe laugh. You don't understand though. Ubisoft is in a position where they must do something. And one of the best things Ubisoft could do is remind people that they were once not a shit company. I'm just saying. Fortnite's kind of an innovator. If there's other games out there that took the advice of when Fortnite did that last year and they took that to heart and said, maybe we should do that, that'd be stuff that's already been worked on. Hell, remember way back when I did my interview with Aaron, one of the things I said to Aaron was like, one of the things that would get Overwatch really, really hyped is like if they ever brought back 6v6 and they went down that route and like, oh, we're kind of going back to old Overwatch just to test it, right? That would actually go crazy and it would like break the internet. Dude, there was so many tweets with over 100,000 likes. All the videos went bananas. Like people were excited for it and it's not even out yet. It was just the announcement that they're gonna do it. So I'm curious to see how Overwatch stuff looks in December when they do 6v6 stuff. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. And yeah, Apex, this event looks cool, and I'm sure there's gonna be some people that are like, oh my god, they're just preying on nostalgia. Yeah, but you know what? That's not such a bad thing. So this is technically, I guess, rumor. This isn't confirmed, right? But remember earlier, I literally discovered that, okay, so I was doing a whole podcast, or I was reacting to the dev podcast thing for Overwatch, and literally earlier, we talked about how Apex is doing their OG throwback event, right? And I talked about how companies might start really trying to capitalize on nostalgia and lean into that. And it's actually a good idea. It's good content. People enjoy it and they want to re-experience a lot of these things that maybe they haven't experienced in a long, long time. And all that stuff. I don't want to rehash all my points because I think Retro's going to throw this in the Flats TV video for today. But like, then this tweet, as I was sitting on the fucking toilet earlier, as I ran into the fucking bathroom because I wanted to check my phone, I read this and I look and it was like Cypher PK retweeted it, and it's OG Fortnite returns permanently in December. All Chapter 1 seasons 1 through 10 will return monthly. Only OG loot plus supports, both build and zero build, announced at the finale and or the Game Awards. And it said, info comes from an anonymous source, Sheena BR, and I can verify most of it. So I clicked over here to check, and then they also tweeted out and says, Fortnite Chapter 1 returns next month. All Chapter 1 seasons will return. The seasons will be return monthly. Expected at Game Awards. Builds and zero builds. Completely OG loot pool. This information comes from an anonymous source. Me and this other person can both verify it. I'm not in the Fortnite scene, but this person has 1.5 million followers and claims to, and it says they are partnered with Epic Games, and they're the newest Fortnite news and leaks. And then this person over here has 3.4 million followers. So these aren't just like absolute shitter bait accounts. These are big reputable accounts in the Fortnite community that people actually follow. And I can see down here, these are like Fortnite creators and whatnot that I follow that follow these accounts. So they are definitely reputable. And obviously, again, it's leaks, but it's not, you know what I mean? Those aren't like, it's not Fortnite itself announcing it. But I think it's very, very funny that we see the Apex one earlier followed up by this. And it's like, you know, companies saw last year, Fortnite last year did its OG event. It took over the internet for a solid month. People loved it. It went crazy. Apex is now doing an event for OG event. I wonder if there's going to be more eventually, because like everyone smells the money in the water. So I don't know. Hypex does not miss often. Yeah, I saw you say earlier, these two are the accounts for Fortnite. Don't ask me how I know. So obviously it's a bit of a rumor, but I do find it very funny considering the timing with the Apex news earlier, that Fortnite might even make an OG mode a classic, because it makes me think about Overwatch with 6v6 stuff, you know? Overwatch is doing 6v6, and, you know, maybe Valorant ends up doing an OG Valorant mode, and, you know what I mean? I wonder who else. Leo, you know what? Actually, you know what? Comment bait. You tell me, who do you think is gonna get a classic mode next? It's Nostalgia November. I like that. I like that.